Bienvenidos, clase. Today's lesson is on the verb hacer with time expressions. That's the title of your notes. So when we're using time expression with hacer, it's going to describe an action that began in the past and continued in the present time. That's how we're going to use the verb hacer in this lesson. So let's take a look at the first point right here. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que? So when we're using that question, we're inquiring how long an event has been going on, or when we use a construction or formula. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que plus a present tense of the verb that you're using in a sentence. So cuánto is how much or how many, tiempo is time, hace is to do or to make, and in this case, que is that, and then whatever present tense of a verb you're using in a sentence. Add a number 1, a number 2, 3, 4, and 5 to that construction. So if we think about the literal translation of each word in this construction, we are actually asking, how much time does it make that somebody does something? Doesn't make quite much sense in English, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we're really trying to say. So in English, it would mean for how long has somebody been doing something? Okay, so now let's take a look at some examples that will put that into motion. So we have question. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que tú participas en la gimnasia? Your literal translation is, how much time does it make that you participate in gymnastics? Or what we really want to say is, for how long have you been participating in gymnastics? So that's your example number 1. Example number 2 is, here's our question. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que Juan y Pilar canten en el corro? Our literal translation is, how much time does it make that Juan and Pilar sing in chorus? What we actually want to say is, how long have Juan and Pilar been singing in chorus? So you have 2 examples. Select which one you want to add to your notes, or you can add both. All right, when we want to add more detail with a little formula here, we're going to add some time. So hace plus X amount of time and que. When we use that, we're describing how long an event has been going on. We use the following construction. Hace plus X amount of time plus que plus your present tense verb. So again, go ahead and add a number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we divide it into 4 parts. Your little formula here, or construction. So let's look at the breakdown, what we're really saying when we use this formula. It makes X amount of time that somebody does something. But in English, it sounds a little better when we say somebody has been doing something for X amount of time. So down below, you have 2 examples. Hace 6 años que yo participo en la gimnasia. Your literal translation, it makes 6 years that I participate in gymnastics. What we really want to say is, I have been participating in gymnastics for 6 years. So our graphic illustration, we have 6 years, which 6 years ago, we've been practicing to the present time today. Our second example is, hace 3 semanas que Juan y Pilar cantan en el corro. It makes 3 weeks that Juan and Pilar sing in chorus. What we really want to say is, Juan and Pilar have been singing in the chorus for 3 weeks. And then we have our timeline. 3 weeks ago till today, they've been practicing in the chorus. Now we can also do another thing. So let's take a look at another point here. We can use the same basic format to express how long it has been since something has happened. So in order to do this, we can add the no before the conjugated verb or after the subject. So let's take a look at the example. Our sentence is, hace 2 meses que yo no voy a un ensayo. It makes 2 months that I don't go to rehearsal. That's the literal translation. How we actually want to translate it is, I haven't gone to rehearsal in 2 months. It says 2 weeks, but it's supposed to be 2 months. And so 2 months till the present day it has been. So it hasn't been an ongoing thing. So if you notice, there is a break. 2 months and then today. So again, there's just a little mistake with 2 weeks. It should say 2 months. Okay, so let's look at time expression one more time before we go to our practice. So the formula you should remember is hace plus time plus get plus the present tense of a verb that you're using. I've been studying in Spanish for 3 years. That's how we would say it in English. Hace 3 años que estudio español, and then that's in Spanish. So you have your hace plus your time plus que plus estudio. So you got your color codes right there. They have been studying English for 5 years. Hace 5 años que ellos estudian inglés. Again, we have their formula. Hace plus your time plus que plus the present tense of the verb. Okay, so we're going to look at a quick recap and make sure that we get this. Okay, so remember there's 2 ways to indicate length of time an action has been taking place. So number 1, hace plus your time plus que plus the present tense of a verb. Or we never really talked about this, but I'm going to go ahead and add this to your notes. You can also do present tense of a verb, and then you can add the word desde plus the verb hace plus time. And both can be made negative by adding the no in front of the verb and after the subject. All right, let's check for understanding and make sure that we remember what to do. So go ahead and number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for your practice. Write the sentences down, conjugate the verb that's in parentheses, and pause the video after you're done, and then let's check your answers.